In this unit, we're going to have an overview of SAP BW. There are several learning objectives, so after finishing this unit, you should be able to trace the evolution of SAP BW. You should be able to describe the various layers of SAP BW and be able to navigate around the SAP BW software. And next, be able to describe the major functions provided in data warehousing workbench, which is the main administration feature of SAP BW. And finally, you should be able to discuss the major implementation options for companies wanting to create a data warehouse using BW. First, evolution of SAP BW. Understand that the term data warehouse can be used in different contexts, and people actually have used the term data warehouse to describe some objects that are inside SAP ERP. A few years ago, I attended a seminar conducted by a consultant, and he was talking about SAP ERP and how the various information systems that are available in SAP ERP are known as data warehouses. And when I first heard about that description, I almost fell out of my chair because I knew at that time SAP ERP and SAP BW were actually separate products. Okay, so you cannot really mix the two. But understand that SAP did not have BW developed until 1998, actually. Okay, they came out with a separate data warehousing product called SAP BW 1998. So before that time, in SAP ERP, they actually had some information systems like accounting information systems, logistic information systems, purchasing information system, and so on, that were used to provide some rudimentary reporting capabilities. Okay, so some people refer those information systems embedded in ERP as data warehouses. Okay, but nowadays, especially after you take this course, you should know that when we talk about data warehouse, we're generally talking about a separate system created using SAP BW or some other software products. Okay, so BW and ERP should be separated. And then over the years, BW has gone through different versions to describe the major developments, like BW 3.0 first came out in 2001, and then BI 7.0 first came out in 2005. And then the next major release is in 2009, which was fully integrated with business objects tools. And then you have BW 7.3 running on top of SAP HANA in 2012. And then 2014, the latest version is BW 7.4. And all those developments are summarized in Figure 2.1 of the book. And I'd like to talk about SAP NetWeaver a little bit here and how it is related to SAP BI and SAP BW. Okay. Now, NetWeaver is a pretty complicated software product. It has a lot of components or pieces that come with it. Okay, and this diagram is used to show the major components of SAP NetWeaver, and some people call this the NetWeaver refrigerator. Okay, it's kind of like a refrigerator that has several shelves, and starting from the bottom you have application platform that is used mainly for developing applications that can run on SAP NetWeaver. And then you have the next shelf, several pieces that are related to process integration. And then the next shelf up is information integration. And within this shelf, you have two, actually they call them capabilities. Okay, one is business intelligence, and the other is knowledge management. And business intelligence, of course, is the focus of this course. And under business intelligence, you have further pieces devoted for data warehousing, BI platform, and then also a BI suite. Here we are mainly talking about Business Explorer tools that are used as front end to get data out of BW. And then you have separate development technologies as well. Okay, so in other words, as we can see from this diagram, BW or BI is part of the information integration component of the SAP NetWeaver. And finally, at the top, you have people integration component, and under that, you also have multi-channel assets, portal, collaboration, and so on. All right, so this is a brief introduction to SAP NetWeaver, and there are whole books written for this piece of software that you can learn more about if you want to get into the details of this technology. Next, let's look at the architecture of SAP BI in more detail. Generally speaking, when we talk about BI, we can break BI into two parts. Okay, the front end and the back end. The front end is shown at the top, which basically is made of the various tools that consume business intelligence. And as you can see, traditionally, at least for SAP, you have the Business Explorer or BAX suite of tools, including a web analyzer, web application designer, report designer, and analyzer, and so on. For our course, we'll be talking about analyzer mostly, plus some other tools that are more important nowadays. Okay, the other tools, the importance of those tools has decreased, especially after the acquisition of business objects by SAP. So we'll be talking about some business object tools as the front end to access business intelligence. And on the back end, you have mainly the data warehouse. Okay, so the data warehouse is more or less this part that includes several pieces of additional software tools, objects, and so on that we will talk more about in the next few slides, as well as future chapters. All right, so again, at the top you have the front end, and then at the bottom you have the back end, and then of course data will need to be imported into the data warehouse first, and that's your various data sources, which we'll also talk about later. So first review question for you, and then the next one.